Hi students, in this session we will learn about reflection. Reflection is a very important property of light, and it is this property of light which enables us to see objects. What is reflection? Reflection is nothing but bouncing back of light rays. Suppose this is medium 1 and this is medium 2, and an incident light ray falls from medium 1 to medium 2. Let this be the light ray. Then what happens? This light ray, a portion of it will be reflected back to the same medium. This is the point of incidence. Incident ray is falling at this point. This is called reflection of light. When light rays falls from one medium to another medium, a portion of the incident light ray is reflected back into the first medium. This is called reflection. And actually, because of this property of reflection, we are able to see the objects. If you enter a dark room and if there is no light, you won't be able to see anything. But if when you switch on the light, the light rays falls on the non-luminous objects in that room and reflects back to your eyes. And that is the reason you are seeing those objects. Now let us learn the laws of reflection of light. There are two laws. The first law is that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. As I explained in the previous slide, you know about the incident ray and the reflected ray. The point of incidence is this point. You draw a perpendicular line at that point, which is called normal. As you can see, this incident ray, this normal, and this reflected ray all are lying in the same plane, this plane. This is the first law. What is the second law? The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Thus, angle I is equal to angle R. Now you know this is the incident ray and this is the normal and this is the reflected ray. As per the second law, the angle of incidence is this angle, the angle between the incident ray and the normal. This is the angle of incidence. What is angle of reflection? The angle between the reflected ray and the normal, this angle. This is angle of reflection, that is R. According to the second law, this angle should be equal to this angle. That means angle of incidence and angle of reflection must be the same. You can see all this from this diagram. This is medium 1 and this is medium 2, which is a plane mirror. Light ray is falling from medium 1 to medium 2. This is the incident ray, and when it strikes at the plane mirror, you can see at this point, this is the point of incidence. It is reflecting back, and this is called reflected ray. All these are lying in the same plane. Incident ray, the reflected ray, and this normal. Normal is shown in red color. Angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and the normal, this angle. Whereas angle of reflection is the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. This is all about laws of reflection. In this session, we learned about reflection of light. Reflection of light is nothing but bouncing back of light rays. Say this be medium 1. Medium 1, let it be air. And let this be medium 2. Let that medium 2 to be a plane mirror. And if a light ray is falling from medium 1 to medium 2, a portion of this light ray is reflected back. This is the reflected ray. At the point of incidence, you will draw a perpendicular line. This perpendicular line which you draw here is called normal, and angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and this normal. This is angle of incidence. And what is angle of reflection? Angle of reflection is the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. After that, we learned about the laws of reflection, in which the first law says that this incident ray, the reflected ray, and this normal all lie in the same plane. The second law states that this angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. I is equal to R. This is what we learned in this session. In the next session, we will see about plane mirror. Thank you.